So you're interested in investing into cryptocurrency, but you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed because there's just so much out there on YouTube and just the internet in general. And you might be feeling a little bit overwhelmed or don't consider yourself very knowledgeable in the space. Well, then this is the video for you. In this video, I'm going to specifically go over how and where to specifically invest into your chosen cryptocurrency, how you can sell it at the time that you may need to, and if you stick to the very end, well, some very, very important tips in how to keep your cryptocurrency secure. And trust me, it's incredibly important and not to be overlooked. Hey, what's up? It's Peter, the host of the EIR Show, where we talk about everything investing. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell just to be notified when we release any new videos. So, very briefly, before I even get started in showing you how to invest and where to invest into your chosen cryptocurrency, first, why? So, first of all, you might have heard maybe some friends of yours or colleagues have made a little bit of money in cryptocurrency over the last couple of years. Or you've just been seeing a lot of buzz online, whether it be on crypto Twitter or Reddit and the like. Or you simply just want to diversify your investment portfolio and you think cryptocurrency is a good one. Guys, don't forget, please do your own research. And when you're investing your own money, especially when it comes to big money or life-changing money, make sure you do that research well. Okay, don't rely on my video because none of this is financial advice, and or anyone else for that matter. Make sure you do a collective of research and do it well. But this is simply a guide. Before we get cracking in how and where to buy your first bit of chosen cryptocurrency, just want to go over a very quick statistic because I found it quite interesting and important, and it's something to consider if you're still debating on whether you should buy into crypto. And that was this: nearly half of all cryptocurrency users bought their digital assets in 2021, only last year. Now, this is actually an incredible statistic. If we just read here on this Reuters article, look at this, almost half of all cryptocurrency owners in the United States, Latin America, and Asia Pacific purchased their digital assets for the first time in 2021. That is a huge thing, in my opinion. And why? I want to refer you actually to this Twitter post by Will Clement, or Clementi. Sorry for butchering that name, but I found this perfectly coincides with that article. And let me just play. It was from the Bitcoin conference that happened in Miami not too long ago. Let me just press play for you.
An example of that would simply be just looking at Bitcoin's supply issuance and plotting over that the amount of user growth over time. And as you see, Bitcoin is becoming more and more scarce over time, and we've got an exponential amount of new users coming in, and that's about as simple as it gets.
That is about as simple as it gets. So, of course, here we're talking about Bitcoin specifically, okay? But Bitcoin has got a limited supply, right? If you don't know that, I will probably be doing a video at some point in the future about blockchain and what is specifically Bitcoin, maybe what is specifically Ethereum, but I'm not going to go into those kind of levels for this video because I want to keep this as basic as possible. But look, Bitcoin especially has a limited supply, right? And as that's going down, decreasing, okay, as more and more Bitcoins being mined, more and more people are buying and holding Bitcoin, okay? So for me, that's a no-brainer, okay, from my perspective. And this is why I am, invested into cryptocurrency, specifically Bitcoin. Now I want to follow into that. Why am I talking about Bitcoin here? And I'm going to be speaking purely about Bitcoin for this video, okay? For two reasons. One, for first-time investors, people that are buying into cryptocurrency, my advice generally is to buy either Bitcoin or Ethereum. If Ethereum is something that floats your boat a little bit more than Bitcoin, but to stick to one or both as your first-time investment. It's a safer play, okay, in terms of investing into the cryptocurrencies, and there's a whole host of other reasons, but that would be the safer play for you. But also for the sake of this video and to keep the consistency going, I'm only going to be talking and referring about Bitcoin. And it's just going to keep the flow of the video going. So look, with all that said and done, I wanted to just give you a quick intro as to why maybe buy into Bitcoin or Ethereum or into cryptocurrency in general. But let's delve straight into how. Now, where do you buy Bitcoin from? Okay, you want to buy Bitcoin, and you might have heard about various exchanges. There are other ways to acquire Bitcoin, but we're definitely not going to go into that right now. The most popular and most recommended place to buy your Bitcoin would be from an exchange. And there are many to choose from. You know, there's Coinbase, there's Binance, there's FTX, there's KuCoin, there's Crypto.com. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. And in fact, actually, Crypto.com is another good one. And I will be talking about that specifically on another video because that is what I use on a mobile phone almost exclusively. However, and there's a caveat here, guys, if you're going to be buying or investing into cryptocurrency for the first time, please do it from a desktop or at least a laptop, okay? Not from your phone because, well, you know, phones are, you know, small little screens, you know, it doesn't matter if you're using like an iPhone or if you're using, you know, a little mini tablet phone or whatever. Mistakes can happen and they can happen quite easily. So use desktop if at all possible. Now, which exchange am I going to be talking about out of all of those listed? And, you know, of course, there's so many more. It's going to be Coinbase, okay? And the reason why Coinbase versus the others are, and Coinbase, by the way, isn't my preferred exchange to buy or sell or trade cryptocurrencies. However, as a beginner, Coinbase, in my opinion, beats them all hands down. Why? Because I like to compare Coinbase with all the other exchanges like an Apple product or an Android product, okay? Your Coinbase is your Apple and all the other exchanges are your Androids, meaning, you know, Binance, FTX and all those kind of things, they can get as simple or as complicated as you like. And it's just like with an Android, right? An Android phone, you can do so much with it if you wanted to, and if you want, you know, you've got all the options there. Whereas an Apple phone or an Apple device is very, very user-friendly, and so is Coinbase, especially to beginners. So Coinbase is the exchange you're going to be using where you're going to be buying your first bit of chosen cryptocurrency, right? In this case, we're talking about Bitcoin. So let's head over to the screen now. So, by the way, before I go into the Coinbase tab here, and I'll show you around and show you how to buy your Bitcoin. If you do want to use Coinbase, feel free to use my link below in the direct me link. The link is down below in the video. And the reason why I say that, I'm not trying to shill you things or trying to get rich out of all this kind of stuff, but if you scroll down, you've got crypto, buy, sell and trade category, okay, and Coinbase is here. Now, if you do want to use this link, of course, you can feel free to do whatever you like. But if you do use this link, you'll get free $10 of cryptocurrency. I'm not sure if it's Bitcoin or whatnot, but you get free money. That's the point. And who doesn't like free money, right? So you're just going to click that link. In fact, if I click it here, you can see it's going to take you straight to the Coinbase sign up page, okay? And you can start signing up from here. Oh, there you go. You'll get $10 in free Bitcoin, but feel free to use that link if you like. Now, once you have created your account, okay, and before you get to this page specifically, there's a couple of things I'm going to want you to do, okay? And of course, again, you feel free to look at the other exchanges. In fact, I've got some other exchanges listed on my Direct Me page as well, which I believe is Binance, FTX, and Bybit as well. But once, you know, we're talking about Coinbase here, and once you have signed up, there's two important things that I would suggest or recommend you do straight away for a number of reasons, and one of them being time, okay, and hassle. And the first thing is KYC, okay? Do your KYC. KYC is know your customer, and that's going to be something like providing them with an ID card or a passport or a driver's license to prove you are who you say you are. Without doing that KYC, you are going to be subjected to certain limits. So get your KYC done, because that could take as quick as 10 minutes to get verified, or it could take as quick as a weekend, right? Especially if you're doing it on a bank holiday weekend or whatever. So get your KYC done as quick as you can. The second thing you should do is add your payment methods, okay? Whether it be you're going to be paying with a card or whether you're going to be paying with or straight through your bank account. Set them up, because again, it's not something that I've done recently. It's something that I've done, you know, a few years ago, because I've been involved in cryptocurrency for about 4 years. But from what I remember, it was kind of like how PayPal was or is still, where if you wanted to set up a bank account, you would have to send a small transaction of, you know, a few dollars or pounds or euros, whatever you're talking about here, and they will verify that you have sent that amount, and you will then be able to use that bank account as a payment method to purchase your cryptocurrency. So do those two things, because once those two things are done, even if you're not going to be buying your Bitcoin today or tomorrow, it's good to have those two things done, because let's say Bitcoin drops down by 30% tomorrow. If you did, you know, get subjected to that kind of drop, you might think, okay, now's a great time to buy. well, you're already set up and good to go. So get those two things done. Once you've signed up and you're set up, this should be your homepage. Okay, I'm not going to go through every little thing on this homepage. As you can see, I haven't got a whole lot of balance in here because, well, I'm going to be going over that at the end of this video, but I don't recommend you holding a whole lot of money or cryptocurrency on Coinbase. But if you go here on the top right corner of your screen, there's an avatar. Okay, if you click that, it's going to take you to settings. Now, once this loads up, you can see obviously you've got your profile here and all your details and stuff. Security, we're going to go through that in a little while. Payment methods, this is where you want to go once you've done your KYC. Okay, here, as you can see, I've got a whole list of them. One being a debit card, another is PayPal. Be aware, guys, you can't purchase cryptocurrency with PayPal, although you can withdraw to PayPal. And bank accounts. Now, to simply add a payment method, you're going to click add. And once that loads, there we go. You can see PayPal for withdrawals only, Euro bank account, UK bank account, and of course credit debit cards. Now you're going to choose one. Let's say you're going to choose, say you're from the UK, you're going to put your account number, sort code, etc., and basically go through those steps. Once that's done, it might say verify. Okay, and that's where you're going to be doing that verification, and that's it. Once it's done, it will essentially look like this. Now, let's go back to the homepage. Now, again, I'm not going to go through everything that's on this homepage, okay, on Coinbase, because, well, this isn't a complete Coinbase tutorial or explainer video. This is how to buy, sell, or trade your cryptocurrency. And with that in mind, you're going to go straight to the top right corner. And you can see what I meant about usability, okay? Your first time user, you don't really even need this video, okay? You can sign up to Coinbase and you've got a buy, sell tab. It's fairly self-explanatory, but of course, this is content and this could help somebody. You're going to click buy sell, and it's very simple. You are looking to buy Bitcoin. As you can see here, we've got an amount, so I'm going to buy £10, okay, for the sake of this video. And I've got an option here to, of course, buy Bitcoin or any other chosen cryptocurrency of your choice. And as you can see here, I've got pay with Santander, and that's what I'm going to be using today, using the card. We're going to click preview buy, and it's going to automatically show us all the information that we need. Of course, it's showing what I'm paying with, what is the price or the current price of Bitcoin at the moment on Coinbase, how much I'm purchasing, and you're going to notice it's less than 10 UK pounds because of the Coinbase fee. I'm going to click buy now. And as that goes ahead, I'm going to go through this whole authentication thing, of course, right? Okay, as I fast forwarded that whole process because you don't need to sit here and watch it. It's like watching paint dry. Once you've gone through your 2FA and other safety authorization methods with your Visa card, it's going to get to this screen, which is going to say here, your order was submitted. And I've got an email straight away. Your BTC purchase is now available to trade. So I'm going to click done. We have essentially bought that Bitcoin, okay? So you've now bought Bitcoin. You have it, you hold it. And let's say Bitcoin jumps to double the price tomorrow, okay? Which again, anything is plausible with cryptocurrency. You want to sell that. You just got to simply do the reverse. You're going to click buy sell, and this time just click the sell button. You can either choose to sell all the Bitcoin that you own, okay? Or you can choose to sell partial, right? Maybe you want to sell how much you invested in the first place. So again, very, very simple, very easy to use, and very intuitive, just like Apple products. Okay, any anti-Apple users, yeah, you know what, comment below as well. So yeah, super simple, guys. Buy and sell. Now, what does convert do? Convert just basically means if you've got some Bitcoin and you want to trade that Bitcoin or a certain amount of your Bitcoin holdings into Ethereum or any other of the cryptocurrencies that they hold on Coinbase. But I'm not going to go into that or into that rabbit hole. Now, one last thing I do want to talk about with Coinbase, and this is a really useful feature and a great feature, and again, very self-explanatory with Coinbase. It's very easy to use. You can see here it says one-time purchase, okay, which is what we just did. Now let's just say you've got $10,000 and you want to invest it all into Bitcoin. Would I do it as a one-time purchase like we just did there with 10 pounds? No. I would what we call dollar cost average, okay, DCA, and this is something that you've probably come across if you've been watching crypto YouTube, crypto Twitter, and all that kind of stuff. And it's a great way to protect yourself from the volatility. Okay, because just like we said before, you know, you might have this situation where you buy $10,000 worth of Bitcoin today, and tomorrow Bitcoin jumps from 42,000 to 25,000. Okay, I don't think it's going to. However, it could. And if it did, then, well, you're going to look and say, oh my God, my 10,000 is now worth, you know, almost half of that. So the way to protect yourself from that volatility, and I believe the best way of investing, especially if you're doing a large amount, is dollar cost averaging every week, all right, or every month, however you want to do it, which means you could choose to buy $1,000 worth of Bitcoin first of every month. Okay, or the first Monday of every month, or every 2 weeks, or every day for that matter. Okay, you could choose to buy $10 worth or $50 worth every day. What this is doing is every time you're buying at a different price, of course, okay, as Bitcoin fluctuates and goes up and down. And at the end of it, okay, and there are many tables and spreadsheets and stuff you can use online to calculate what your average buying price is, but you get just that. You get an average buying price as opposed to whatever the price is as you were to hypothetically buy $10,000 worth today. And the simple way to do that is you're just going to click that one-time purchase, and you can choose, like I said, daily, weekly, 1st and 15th of the month, so bi-monthly or even monthly. Okay, and it's a great strategy to do. For me, in my opinion, I think this is a great way to go about it. But of course, you do you, okay? None of this is financial advice, as I've already mentioned. So a great feature to use that's on Coinbase, and that's about it, right? It's literally as simple as that. And that's it, Bob's your uncle. That's how you buy your Bitcoin, and that's how you sell your Bitcoin. And of course, trade it for other cryptocurrencies. Now, the last part of this video, and I think is the most important part and the most value I believe that this video can give you, because you know there are many videos on how to buy Bitcoin and how to sell it and all that kind of stuff, is how to keep your cryptocurrency safe. Now, what do I mean by that? Now, we know cryptocurrency is very, very volatile, and it has its pros and it has its cons, okay, in terms of, you know, investing into cryptocurrency. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, check out this video here, top right. I haven't had enough coffee today. Top right corner of your screen, where I talk about basically the beginning things to think about when it comes to investing, okay? Investing 101, let's call it, right? And there I talk about cryptocurrency as one of the top 5 places to look to invest in. So I do speak about it more specifically there. But one of the cons of cryptocurrency is this. It's not the safest of things out there, right? Why? Because, well, you're not dealing with a bank, okay? If something happens and you send some money to a company, let's say with your credit card, and it doesn't go through, you can call up your bank and you can get it cancelled or whatever, right? There's things in place and insurance is in place. In crypto, that isn't the case. And especially with things like exchanges, they are prone to hacks and weak chinks in their armor, okay? And although Coinbase, you know, being one of the top exchanges, it doesn't mean anything, okay? Any exchange can eventually get hacked, okay? It doesn't necessarily mean your cryptocurrency will get hacked, but it's definitely something to be aware of, okay? And that's why, as you can see on my Coinbase page, I don't have a whole lot of my cryptocurrency on Coinbase, right? Or on any of my exchanges, as a matter of fact. There are some exchanges where I hold a bit more, okay? And that's only because, you know, I'm actively trading them. You know, I've got a portfolio where, you know, I hold, and some where I'm actively trading. And that's fine. If you're going to be actively trading, then of course you're going to want to keep some on the exchange. But especially if you're new to investing, I would recommend taking your crypto, your Bitcoin in this case, out away from your exchange, okay? Because while it's on Coinbase, you do not hold the keys, which will be in another video about keys. But Andreas Antonopoulos, if you don't know who that is, definitely YouTube him. He's an absolute genius when it comes to Bitcoin and Ethereum and everything cryptocurrency. But he's got a famous phrase of not your keys, not your coins. And it's absolutely correct. While it's on Coinbase, you technically don't actually own your cryptocurrency, okay? So what do you do? How do you keep your cryptocurrency secure? And the best way to do that is to take it off an exchange and send it to an external wallet, okay? And there are 2 types of wallets. There are hot wallets and they're cold wallets. A hot wallet is something like Exodus, Atomic, okay? There's a number of them. And it's basically a wallet that you download onto your desktop, for example, okay? And of course you can do this on the phone as well, which is only essentially live, connected to the internet when you're making a transaction or receiving a transaction. So it's not the most secure, however, it's definitely a lot more secure than leaving it on something like Coinbase. Or the alternative to that is getting a cold wallet. And a cold wallet is something that's a little bit more, in fact, actually a whole lot more secure than all of the above, which is something like this. Okay, this is a Ledger Nano X. I've got a few of these, and I've got a few of the S's. I've got a Trezor. I've got a number of these cold wallets. And now what these do, these add an extra bit of security. Okay, and without these, I can, for example, with Ledger, right? Ledger, you can have your own, like a desktop wallet, okay, which is called the Ledger Live, but you cannot send or interact with your cryptocurrency from your wallet without plugging in your cold wallet and putting in specific codes to do so. So it just increases your security in terms of interactivity with your wallet. Again, I'm not going to make this all about how these wallets are working, but I do believe it's very, very well worth mentioning them because, well, you know, especially if you're putting in a large amount and you're just buying it to hold it, to look at it in a few years' time, to then take some profits, then my number one recommendation would be putting into a cold wallet like the Ledger Nano. Now, where do you get a Ledger Nano? Again, I do have a link on my Direct Me page. You scroll down to crypto wallets. I try to keep it as nice and simple as possible here. Cryptos.com, forget that because there's something that'll be sitting on your phone. You've got the Ledger hardware wallet here. You've also got the Trezor. Okay, Trezor might be something else that you might prefer if you've looked into it and you've researched it. For me, I prefer the Ledger out of the two. And there's this new one, BC Vault, okay, the hardware crypto wallet, which looks really interesting. I've actually ordered one. I haven't received it yet, and when I do, I will be doing a review on it. But you can check that out also. And again, you know, you go to the Ledger hardware wallet, there are different packages. You can get just a one-off. This is the new Nano S Plus. Bundles and packs. Again, for me, I recommend you don't just buy the one. I mean, for me, what did I buy? Where's the packages? Here we go. I got the Family Pack X, okay? The reason being, it meant I got 3 of these. Why? Because let's say one gets stolen, I then have 2 others as backups. And it's very, very important to note, in fact, a quick tip about your wallets, and in fact any wallet, okay, that you download or you purchase, you will be asked to write down and secure a 12-word or 24-word key seed phrase, okay? And that seed phrase is very, very important. When you do write it down, make sure it is stored in a very, very safe place and you do not lose it, because again, if this gets stolen, which it never will be, but if it ever did get stolen or someone got their hands on it, as long as I've got my seed phrase, I can get one of my backups and I can restore my wallet and use my wallet as normal with my backups, okay? So very, very important. If you do have a wallet or any kind of wallet, whenever you download it and you see that 12-word or 24-word seed phrase, make sure you use it, okay? Make sure you store it properly and you keep your wallets safe. So anyway, that's the Ledger wallet, okay? Very, very important to get one, especially if you're investing a large amount. Another thing you should definitely look at, okay, in my opinion, and it's something that I have and I use religiously. Now remember, anything that I've got on this list are of things that I use personally, and it's this, the Yubico two-factor authentication, USB and NFC security key. And of course, VPN. VPN is a must. But let's talk about the Yubico. The Yubico is awesome. And in fact, let me just show you mine, okay? This, oh, you can't see it. Where is it? There it is. There's my Yubico, okay? Now, this is amazing. Again, I've got a number of these. What this effectively does, now, again, with Coinbase, okay, you're going to actually, I'm going to quickly show you that now. Okay, sorry for not doing this all in order. I'm still learning the ways of the YouTube. If I go to settings here, and I want you to do this, once you've done your KYC, once you've done your payment methods, go to security. Make sure you do this, guys, okay? Your phone number is going to be already there, I presume, once you've signed up. Two-step verification. What is two-step verification? Very, very briefly, when you go and pull out cash out of a wall, okay, from an ATM machine, you use two-step verification. Your first step verification is your card. Your second step verification is your PIN. Someone might have your card, they won't have your PIN, so they won't take the money, okay, or the other way around. Now, same thing with two-step verification on something like Coinbase. You can log in with your username and password. That's your one-step verification, okay? Your second step would be something like an authenticator, and this is something that's most commonly used. And an authenticator app is something, again, you'll download on your mobile phone, okay? And you've got Authenticator. I think you've got another one called Authy. There's a number of them, but the normal one, I think the most recommended one is Google Authenticator. And that is something that every 60 seconds a code changes. And once you try to sign in, you put your username and your password, it's then going to ask you for your 6-digit authentication code, which changes every 60 seconds. That's basically it. Once you put that in, then you're granted access. That's your 2-factor authentication. Now, a third way, okay, which I haven't got it set up on here, which I will, is to use the security key. And when it says security key, it means this bad boy, okay? And what this does, instead of me going into my phone and getting the security key off the authenticator app, because someone can, what do they call it? Phone clone or SIM clone, SIM swap, whatever it is, right? Someone can clone your phone and get your authenticator codes, or they can hack that. I mean, nothing's impenetrable, guys, right? What we're trying to do is limit and reduce the risks when it comes to security. This increases your security times 10, okay, in my opinion. Why? Because unless you have this, right, my security key, which you see that little gold circle in the middle, that is a button. Instead of me putting in a code that changes every 60 seconds on my phone from the authenticator app, once I put my username and my password, it's going to ask me to click that. Now, this isn't plugged in my USB device all the time, but when it asks for it, I'll plug this in and I'll press it. And that means you could have all my usernames, all my passwords, all my authenticating apps, all my authentication codes, or whatever. You could have everything. Unless you physically have your finger on this button, you will not get in and you will not get those funds. So, and this, by the way, isn't just for something like Coinbase. You can use this for your computer in general. I mean, just go to the Yubico website and you'll see a whole host of uses for this key. But in my opinion, guys, that's one of my favorite things when it comes to security with crypto and just generally on my computer. And again, you know, if you use my link, you don't have to, and it's just going to help support the channel if you so choose to. If you don't, you know, there's no skin off my nose. I'm not doing YouTube for an income. But yeah, you know, you go here, you can choose, you know, the YubiKey 5 NFC. You've got the 5 Nano, the USB-C type 1, the USB-C Nano, and the keychain. Anyway, get a number of these if you want. I really believe in the Yubico key. I think they are great, and it's just another great way to up your security. Now, with all of that being said, guys, I think I've kind of covered a lot. In fact, I've covered a lot more than I wanted to on this video, but I did want it to be comprehensive. I didn't want to just do a quick wishy-washy, here's how you buy, here's how you sell, good luck. I wanted to give you enough to get started. And just to recap on all of that, if you are ready to buy Bitcoin or Ethereum or any other of your chosen cryptocurrencies that you like, go to an exchange. Again, we spoke about Coinbase today for the reasons I've already gone over. Sign up, do your KYC, and add your verification methods, add your 2FA and your security as well, and just buy, and of course you can sell on the exchange there. Now, following through from that, if you have got a large amount on Coinbase and you want to take it off of the exchange, because it's not a wise thing in my opinion to leave your digital assets on exchanges, download yourself a hot wallet at the very least, if not purchasing a cold wallet like we said, the Ledger Nano X, which is at the moment my absolute favorite cold wallet storage method. And keep your crypto secure. And other ways of keeping your crypto secure, as we said, VPNs are a must in crypto in my opinion. But more importantly, getting your crypto off the exchange, putting it on an external wallet, as we said, and using something like a YubiKey, just again, making those steps more difficult. Okay, the last thing you want, especially if you're investing a large amount, okay, now a large amount to you might be 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, whatever it is, you don't want it to be susceptible to any risks. Okay, it's always susceptible to risks. Okay, this is cryptocurrency. However, we can always reduce those risks and making it as hard as possible for those risks to prevail. Now, that's pretty much it, guys. I'm not going to go any further with the very basic on how to buy and sell your Bitcoin and what to do with it once you have bought and sold it. Please let me know if this content, if you found this content useful, especially if you're a beginner and it's something that you're interested in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Again, as I said at the beginning of the video, it definitely will help the channel and grow the channel, which would be nice to see. And let me know if you've got anything specific that you want me to talk about on the next video, whether it be anything to do with investing, whether it be stock, shares, anything specific to cryptocurrency, because again, as I said before in my previous video, cryptocurrency is something that I specialize in and I will be doing a lot more videos on. And actually, in fact, what kind of video would you like to see on cryptocurrency next? Would you like to see another how-to, or would you like, your market update videos? I am open to doing, kind of like how I'm seeing the market anyway. Okay, how I personally see the market. Maybe, what I'm invested in, what kind of projects, what kind of coins am I holding, that kind of stuff. So anyway, I think with all that said and done, I need to get back to my family, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you on the next video.